All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, I have noticed that a lot of you out there are looking to purchase Model 3s or have recently purchased Model 3s. We can see it out there. That seems to be the buzz because, of course, the Model 3 has a massive federal tax credit now attached to it. So I certainly understand it could be a better deal at the end of the day. So we're going to take a look at it. We're going to show you, I'm going to give you the exact steps on how to use a credit union, what you need to be aware about at the exact process, because I know it's kind of confusing, especially with buying a Tesla, because they really only give you 3 options off of the bat. So I certainly understand how you could get confused. So I'll walk you through it, give you some expectations so you know exactly what to expect, so you know what could potentially happen. But we're going to jump into it, plus a variety of topics. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description. If you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best links for financing your Tesla that have low rates. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got Faisal. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining. If you want to check out Patreon, link down below in the description. So let us take a look at this. This was a tweet we saw yesterday from Tesla, or a few days ago. The Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model Y now qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. This is massive. We made plenty of videos on this. Bearded Tesla guy just made another video on this to kind of explain it, because there is a lot of misinformation out there. But basically, the rule of thumb, if you're a single person W-2 income earner that makes above around $70,000 W-2, there's every paycheck you get a little bit of federal tax pulled out every single month and every single paycheck. So you basically get that all back as an enhanced added refund. Of course, we're just guys on YouTube that make videos about Tesla and how to get the best deal. And so certainly consult a CPA if you are still confused, but it has nothing to do with refund or getting a refund check, but it has everything to do with how much you make as an individual. So yes, if you do make less than 70K, down to 60, 50, $40,000, you are not going to reap the full benefit of the $7,500. But leave it to California. If you make anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000, you can pretty much get like $15,000 off a Tesla in a check form after you buy the Tesla. So if you want to learn how to do that, definitely check out the video on the channel. We made it, like we posted, I think, a couple days ago, and it's titled like "Get $15,000 from the state of California for buying a Tesla Model 3." So don't worry if you're not going to get that full $7,500 unless you've got a big family or a bunch of kids. But there are still ways to get a bunch of money from the government or even the state government for buying a Tesla Model 3. But shout out to Tesla. They posted this full $7,500 federal tax rate qualifies for the Model 3 and Model Y, meaning that the Model 3 starts at $32,740. But if you've been following the channel, you know that you can get the Model 3 even cheaper than that, really even as low as $30,000, because they have inventory discounts for Tesla Model 3 right now in the amounts of $2,400 plus. So you can see right now it starts at $37,830. Factor out a $7,500 federal tax credit, that brings it down to a nice even $30,330 or $30,330. So there are definitely plenty of ways to get added extra discounts, and there's also even ways to get inventory discounts, which we'll talk about that a little bit later on top of that. But yeah, I bet you're confused. Like if you've gone to this page, if you've gone to the Tesla ordering page, of course, first do not do this. Go to the inventory pages like waitingfortesla.com. Find inventory vehicles out there so that you can secure one with an added extra discount. And if you're looking for extra money on top of this, definitely consider using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use our Tesla referral code, then you can get 1,500 Tesla loot box credits, which then translates to 500 Tesla supercharger miles. So definitely check it out. Tesla referral code link down below in the description. But I bet you're confused. So if you're at this point right now, it's definitely a little bit confusing because you've got 3 different options here for the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, the long range, and the performance. But on top of that, when you go to place your money for your deposit, all they ask is $250. And they really give you 3 options. They give you cash, which if you're striking a check for it, more kudos to you. I mean, some would say maybe keep that in the bank at 4 to 5%. Unless your financing rate is higher than that. You have the option for leasing, which we don't necessarily recommend unless you're doing like a 24-month term and you 100% want the Highland refresh Model 3 that could be coming out very, very soon, and you really just need a vehicle now. So a 24-month term could make sense, but really at this point, paying $674 a month for a lease for a Model 3, I don't know, if not sure that could make any other sense. And then the last option is loan. Of course, this is through Tesla financing, but the secret to this, and I get this question a lot, you do not have to use Tesla financing. And so that's why we've titled this Do This Now, because there's potentially multiple ways on how you can get a lower payment, including using a credit union or even other banks. So there are plenty of ways. If you are looking for a lower payment than $825 a month, there are definitely plenty of ways where you can do that. The first way is where our channel sponsor comes into play. Tenet is a financing bank that works with credit unions and banks, and they're a Tesla financing partner and are approved by Tesla. And they allow you to get a lower monthly payment because they allow you to defer a portion of the loan, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit all the way to the end. So that results in a lower monthly payment. So there could be a use case here where if you need more cash flow monthly, whether you're going to be doing Uber or you're a business owner, you want more cash flow. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. But of course, after you find your Tesla, after you've gone to waitingfortesla.com and you've locked down a vehicle in inventory, you got to make sure that you get the green check mark so that you know the referral code has been applied so you can get your 500 supercharger miles. What's going to happen next is you're going to lock it down with a $250 deposit. You're going to get put into the queue. And if you don't know, Tesla has a lot of Model 3s in inventory, and also it is the end of the quarter. It is June. So Tesla is going to pressure the heck out of you to try and take delivery of this Tesla Model 3, the one that you place an order on, very, very soon. They're going to be very aggressive, and so they're not going to give you too much time to get your financing squared away. And Tenet is a 15-minute turnaround in terms of approval, but credit unions are the other option that you can do to get a lower monthly payment. So here's a good one from Labor Credit Union we've used in the past to purchase our Tesla Model X, and you can see some of the rates on the screen right here. But the great thing with Labor is that they allow you to go pretty long in terms of a financing term. You can see you can go all the way up to 96 months. Of course, that isn't necessarily recommended. I mean, you could go 88 months or even 72 months. I think the max I would potentially do is like 72 months, but there are certainly, if you're looking for a lower monthly payment, that could be what you could want to do at the end of the day. But what happens here is once you've placed your order for your Tesla, you're going to get into the queue where they're going to ask for your driver's license, insurance, and of course, they're going to ask you how are you going to finance. They're going to pressure you, or they're really going to show you the only option for Tesla loan financing, of course. So they'll ask you to do an application, and of course, you can do the Tesla loan because if you're a first-time buyer, if you've never purchased a Tesla vehicle, then I would actually recommend at least applying with Tesla financing just to see if you can get approved from them, because you're going to have the easiest way to actually get approved through Tesla financing if you are a first-time buyer. And the trick with this is as long as you do all your applications for loans within 1 to 2 weeks, then it is considered one credit inquiry. So you can do Tenet, sponsored down below in the description, and you can also do a couple of credit unions that you find out there. And of course, if you want the full list of all the credit unions, you can check them out at the Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get the full list of all the credit unions that we recommend and have that all have better better rates than Tesla financing. But let's just take Labor Credit Union. What happens here is you're going to actually email or contact Tesla after you've figured out that you're going to go with a credit union, and you're going to tell them that you are going to use a credit union and or outside financing. Tesla is going to ask you which credit union or bank that you're using so that they can send you the correct details in what's called a motor vehicle purchase agreement, an MVPA. Tesla is going to send that to you because Tesla basically needs to let your credit union know how much all the fees are, the DMVs, the taxes, and everything are all that going to be out the door with all the different, so they can itemize it, and the bank can basically figure out how much money they need to send. And what's going to happen after that is once you get approved from your credit union, there's two options that you can actually go for before actual delivery. The first one is you can ask your credit union to send you the check directly, so that you can receive it at your house and then bring it to the delivery appointment, or you can ask your credit union to send it to Tesla and make sure you get a picture of the check and the tracking number and everything like that. The easiest way is to get it sent to you. So then, I personally like making sure I have visibility of the credit union check so you can bring it into the actual appointment. And so that's what I like to do. So you can certainly go ahead and do that. Get the check, bring it to your delivery appointment, and then go ahead and take delivery of the vehicle. But here's how I'm going to show you how you can get basically a Tesla Model 3 for an effective $449 a month. We're going to use Credit Union of Labor Credit Union because they've got a nice term all the way up to 88 months at 5.99%, and 5.99% isn't actually that much higher, especially when you're considering Tesla financing at 5.69%. And then of course we're going to take an inventory vehicle that is out there because they have the bigger discounts of 2410. So really 37,830 is your purchase price, and then of course there's taxes, fees, and everything like that. So the roundabout number that I usually recommend, if you're in California or Los Angeles, I would say factor in 10% higher than the purchase price, but there's other states that are even lower, anyone from 4 to 5%. But a roundabout number that we'll use here is 1.08% or 1.07%, so 7 or 8% on top of the purchase price. That gives us a out the door of $40,500, give or take. So $40,500 minus the $7,500 federal tax credit, because as long as you make above a certain income limit but under an income limit, you should be getting that when you file for your taxes next year. That gives you an out the door price of $33,000. Add another $1,000 on top, or around $1,050 at 88 months, 5.99% gives you a monthly payment of $449 a month. Where if you're in a high cost of living area state where you are spending a lot on gas money, and gas is especially high, maybe $4, $5, $6 a gallon, that can certainly make a lot of sense because you're probably already spending $200 to $300 a month in gas. Or if you've got a luxury vehicle that you're spending a bunch of money on maintenance or oil changes or brake changes, then you can certainly see how this can make a lot of sense at the end of the day. Of course, we've made videos in the past comparing the Model 3 to like the Honda Accord Hybrid or Accord Hybrid. So definitely check out some of those to see how it could actually make a lot of sense for you at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. Of course, there's plenty of other credit unions out there. And of course, you can get the full list down below in the Patreon description down below. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And let's get on to the next topic. Water break. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Saturday. A couple of channel announcements. We've got a giveaway. We got two giveaways actually running on the channel. If the first one is if you're interested in 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, sponsored by Jason at OC Tint Solutions. Of course, you must be willing to travel to Anaheim, California. This is where you can actually enter in. Go to our community page on our channel. This is where we post all the different polls every single day. Scroll down to about right here. This is the video where you can go in, enter in, drop a comment on this video. There's the exact instructions. And so that's where you can win possibly win 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla. It could be a Tesla Model 3, Model Y, S, or X. And on top of that, we've got another giveaway that we just kicked off yesterday. Shout out to Vion. We're giving away a Tesla Model Y sunshade for your Tesla Model Y. It's actually a more premium one, I would say. They shipped it to us, and this giveaway is going to be running for 2 weeks, and then we're going to go ahead and give it away and ship it to one of you all. So if you want to join onto this giveaway, it's the most recent post. You got to click this video right here so you can join in and drop a comment. And so good luck to everybody for this video if you want to win this Tesla Model Y sunshade from Vion Parts. Thank you to Vion for sponsoring, and thank you to OC Tint Solutions for sponsoring the other giveaway as well. In this next topic, the EV war continues, and there is a massively low payment that I just saw on the Mercedes EQS that has an MSRP of almost $110,000. So they're basically giving these vehicles away, and this payment is almost in line with that Model 3 payment that I just showed you. So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best in your Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Spotted Model. They are giving away, quote, these EQSs away. Unbelievable lease deal at Empire State 17. So this must be a broker of some sort, or maybe even a dealership that sells Mercedes. But you can see 2023 EQS 450 plus $109,000 MSRP, graphic gray with black interior, multi-contoured seats, ambient lighting, 24-month lease at 7.5 thousand miles a year. Maybe that's not enough for most of you, but for $3,500 due at signing plus 10 MSDs, which is multiple security deposits, which is basically you're depositing that money with Mercedes Financial and you get it back at the end of the lease, and a monthly payment of $596 plus tax, registration not included. So that is a pretty nice payment. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a lot of money down. This is probably 10 grand down, which 7,000 of it, the MSDs, the multiple security deposits you're getting back. But at the end of the day, this is a pretty hefty payment, or pretty light payment for a vehicle that has an MSRP of $109,000. Basically the same as like a Model S, but probably a third of what the Model S is at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Would you drive a Mercedes EQS for basically $600 a month, which is probably the same payment as a lot of you out there that are looking at Model Ys, or maybe even Model 3s, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Mercedes has basically hit the clearance button, and I guess people are just not interested in the EQS. And there's a lot of different EQSs, right? There's EQS sedan, EQS SUV, EQE sedan, and of course, I think an EQE SUV as well. So this is not a good look at the end of the day, essentially because people just are not buying these high price vehicles or electric vehicles. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is a Patreon link for support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Let's see what else we got. On top of that, the EV war, I guess, continues because another manufacturer has cut their wait time, and there's plenty of vehicles that you can get very, very soon. But let's switch back to the Tesla topics, because in this next topic, it seems like Tesla Model Y hardware 4 vehicles are now in stock. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about and how you can get a Tesla Model Y with potentially hardware 4.0 right now this coming week. So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. So we discovered a while ago that it seems like if there's vehicles, if there's Tesla Model Ys with a discount, then most likely they're doing it because it has the older technology, maybe even the hardware 3.0. And that's why they're adding discounts on inventory vehicles to try and clear them out. But I just noticed today that there are plenty of Model Ys, as you can see on the screen right here, that have come into the market that do not have any sort of discount at all. You can see right here, these ones above here have a $470 to $480 $180 discount, and the ones below it have no discount at all. So I would imagine these vehicles, because they are not discounting them, have hardware 4.0. Unfortunately, there's no really way to confirm this. So let me know if you are interested in a hardware 4.0 vehicle. You could potentially try and switch to one of these vehicles, and that's a very easy estimated delivery day hack. If you're looking to bump up your delivery date, if you need a vehicle this month, if your financing is about to expire or anything like that, there are ways to try and bump up your order. And one of those ways is to try and switch your order to an inventory vehicle that is out there. My recommendation is always going to a local Tesla store so that they can try and match your order to one of these and maybe even edit your order, or you can try and do it within the app as well. Try and switch it to one of these and hopefully let the Tesla algorithm match you to these exact vehicles. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Are you waiting for a hardware 4.0, or are you willing to take a hardware 3.0 at a slight discount at the end of the day? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link for support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Hope everyone is well. Happy Saturday. Let me make sure my audio is good. Perfect. What else we got? In this next topic, Rivian seems to be not taking away their wait time completely, because you can actually take delivery of a Rivian R1T the same exact day, as long as you visit the factory. So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Electric. They posted this. Rivian is offering the same day delivery to customers visiting its Normal, Illinois facility, like a normal car company. It seems like if you are looking to purchase an R1T, the truck, not the SUV, and you want to take delivery the same day as you're ordering, or at least very, very soon, you can visit the Rivian factory themselves in what's called a same day first sales event. So it seems like Rivian is kind of acting like other manufacturers or other dealerships entirely. And so they're trying to sell these vehicles very, very quickly. So it looks like Saturday, June 17th, if you are looking to visit the Rivian factory, you can then take the delivery of a R1T very, very soon. And so we've seen this for a while, because it seems like the Rivian, if you are looking to buy a R1T, you can buy one already within 14 days or less. For the last thing I heard is, unfortunately, you cannot order it lower than the quad motor, which it starts at least $87,000. But last thing I heard on top of that was that you could potentially get the dual motor. At least the dual motor started production, but it is unfortunately not out there yet for actual deliveries. So that's probably going to be a little bit of a while. And that's probably, if they can get those off the line more quickly, then maybe more people would be interested. Because right now, even with the quad motor, that vehicle is at low a $87,000 truck. And so that's probably why a lot of people are just not looking to buy this vehicle. At least I'm not, because I don't think it's worth that much money. So hopefully when it gets lowered to like the 60s or even the 70s, then I might be interested. But at the same time, we could have the Cybertruck coming in the near future, which could change my mind entirely. But definitely some interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link for support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Welcome in, everybody. If you're just joining in, welcome. There are plenty of inventory discounts that you can get on a Model 3, and there's also plenty of ways, if you're looking for a low monthly payment on your Model 3, that there are plenty of ways. There's channel sponsors like Tenet, where you can defer a portion of the loan all the way to the end and get a monthly payment as well. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring. And on top of that, there's credit unions that will offer a lower or a higher term, all the way from 88 to 96 months. So of course, maybe it's not necessarily recommended, but if you're a business owner of some sort and you need more cash flow, and maybe you have swings in how much cash that come in and go out on a monthly basis, then this could make a lot of sense at the end. And so that's also the difference. Like, I know certainly if you are keeping a loan for 88 months, then there's going to be plenty of interest out there, which I mean certainly makes a lot of sense. But that's why I wouldn't recommend keeping this loan all the way to 88 months. So a low monthly payment would be nice, but of course you would want to try and pay this off as quickly as possible, because the interest only goes all the way up to 7,600 if you keep the loan all the way to 88 months. So I would even recommend trying to pay this off within 5 years, 6 years, or whatever you can comfortably do at the end of the month. And remember, this will start to pay itself off very, very quickly, because you're not going to have the usual typical expenses and costs of a regular vehicle. So no more gas. I mean, it's going to be changed into electricity. And also, if you think about no more maintenance. So yes, maybe this is a equal payment now, but of course, if you drove a gasoline car 5, 6, 10 years, you're going to have bigger bills, bigger maintenance bills near the end of it. And where a Tesla and electric vehicles are just a little bit different. So you can hopefully use some of that extra cash that you're saving and throw it down on this lower loan payment at the end of it. So that way you don't have to keep this loan all the way to 88 months. But the purpose of this video is, there's certainly plenty of ways to get a lower payment, and you do not have to use Tesla financing. You do not have to get a loan at Tesla's 5.69%. And that's where you can join our Patreon link, because if you join our Patreon link, that's where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the best interest rates and for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And there's also a Tesla referral code down below in the description as well, where you can use that and get extra 500 Tesla supercharger miles. And if anybody is out there that is about to use our Tesla referral code, send me a DM, because if you use our Tesla referral code and take delivery, I'll send you our Tesla buying guide for free. So that way you can get the best deal on getting a Tesla out there. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description, and Tesla referral code link down below in the description as well. And also on top of that, there's plenty of Tesla accessory codes down below in the description as well. You can save a little bit of money on Tesla accessories. We got 3D Mats USA for a premium floor mat. We got Vion for parts accessories, where we're also running a giveaway. Shout out to Vion for giving away this Tesla Model Y sunshade. It's on the community page of the channel. We got Jawa, Tesloid, and MAGBAK USA. So MAGBAK. So definitely check them out. Patreon link, discount links, and all the different links down below in the description. All right, what else we got? Got one more kind of PSA topic regarding how to get a better deal on a Tesla on top of everything else. In this next topic, we're going to talk about Tesla inventory hacks and how you can get the better deal on a Tesla vehicle with, of course, a bigger discount. We'll talk about the different types of inventory that actually exists out there and what are the ways that you can, of course, get a better discount at the end of the day. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it. We're basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best financing rates. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But let us take a look at this. Of course, the Model 3 and the Model Y now qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. So you're probably interested in saving a bunch of money on that. But of course, that federal tax rate does not go into effect, or at least you don't get redeemed the benefits of that until when you file for your taxes next year. So how to get a bigger discount now? The first way is to find inventory discounted vehicles. You can see right here on waitingfortesla.com, you can see there's Model 3s with various discounts all the way amounting from $2,400 plus. And if you switch to the Model Y, you can see there's inventory discounts anywhere from $500 to even $2,000 to $3,000 plus if you switch this to demo vehicles. So there's plenty of discounts, but you got to go find them, hunt for them, and be patient for them. But on top of that, we always recommend that you can actually go into a Tesla store store. And this is what I actually recommend because there's actually a few different types of inventory that Tesla has. You can see some of them on the screen, but we're really only focused on these last three. So the last three, I just showed you demo vehicles, which we're going to see a wave of those as we get closer to the end of the month. So if you've been waiting on these sidelines, if you have not placed an order yet, well, first thing is definitely use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code, you can get 1,500 Tesla credits, which then translates to 500 supercharger miles. So the order here is you hit order just like this. This brings you to the Tesla page, and then you can go back to waiting for Tesla. You got to make sure you get the green check mark, and that means that it's attached to your order, so that way you can go ahead and proceed and get your referral code attached to your order. But the two different other discounted inventory is the demo showroom and demo test drive. And this last one, damage disclosure, that is a type of inventory that you have to go to a Tesla store to actually look up, because only Tesla employees and Tesla sales advisors can see those exact vehicles. They could have some sort of repair for whatever reason being in inventory. It could be as small as like a trunk latch that got damaged, or as big as the side of the vehicle being damaged. But of course, there is added discounts attached to those as well. So that could be a way to try and get extra discounts if you're still looking for a vehicle with even more discounts on top of that. And the last way is there are times, and as we get to the end of the month, end of the quarter, Tesla will do what's called an option credit discount. So what happens there is if you have an ordered vehicle in the queue, let's say you've got a Model 3 long range with white with the base wheels or anything like that, but they basically come to you and say that, hey, if you're looking to take delivery by this week, we'll even give you a black car that has a $1,500 paint option, but we'll waive that option for you. That's what I call an option credit. So definitely, if you've been on the sidelines, if you've got a pending order that has not even been taken delivery yet, feel free to message your Tesla advisor or even go to the store. I always recommend going to the store, try and talk to one of them to see if they can get your order matched up and see if they can waive some extra options or extra credits on top of that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know if any of these have worked for you and what was the best discount you actually found, or see if you can actually get one in the near future. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is the Patreon link for support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, water break. All right, well, thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Definitely some giveaways on the channel. So if you want to join in on them, check out our community page on our channel so that you can go ahead and enter in to the giveaways. We've given away a sunshade for your Tesla Model Y, sponsored by Vion. And also we're giving away 3M ceramic tint for your Tesla, sponsored by OC Tint Solutions. You got to go to the channel page first, scroll over here to the community section, and then you'll find all the different giveaways there. But thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button, supporting, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.